Welcome in Craft and Design 3.0 for my dear audience. In this video, I will describe some different and much beautiful ideas of welding projected ideas for sale for the purpose of earning a small level money or big level, but in different country, a big level economical position is a welding project. So, dear audience, many questions arise in our mind when we talk about welding, like as it is a mixture of different uh, articles and particles and different materials. So, if many questions arise in our mind, like what is the rule of welding, what is a classification of welding, and how many type of welding, and what is a welding position, and what is welding position and names, and what is welding trade called, and what is welding projected used in schools, in colleges, or in factories, or in making a different welding project ideas, making in different professions and different fields. So if we talk about the first rule of welding, it is a welding from the bottom up. It's a rule like building a house. You can start the bricks at the top. So welding metal is a liquid when it goes in its need spot. That is why we need to always start at the bottom. So, if we talk about its classification, then welding is broadly divided into three groups, like as fusion welding. It can be a cooling pressure of item. So, pressure welding. It's also welding classified in second group, and as a brazing or soldering. It's the same name, brazing and soldering, each of which is made of many welding method also prescribed. So if we talk about its welding position, there are some position of like in a wood we can use some position, and like in a steel. So as a in welding process, a welding position is a technique, is a method of joining metals from different angle, like as a horizontal, a 90-degree angle, and a 180-degree angle, and different angle. So typically welders use five welding position, like as a horizontal, flat mode. Like horizontal means and the bottom and the top, like as a flat, it's a uh, we can say that carry in a lane, in a line. So as a vertical position, so as a overhead and inclined position, we can weld it, but instead of these, there are many other different point or positions we can weld it from the positions of a thing, or position as of a usage of a thing. But what is welding position? Weld with a one or a flat position, two is a horizontal, vertical, overhead. So F stand for field, fillet weld, while G is a groove weld, and fillet weld joins together two pieces of metal that are perpendicular or at an angle. So, if we talk about its trade, welding trade, what is called welding trade? It's also question. So, fabrication trades, boiler making, welding. So, boiler maker welders fabricate, alter, and repair metal product and structure or its body using a range of techniques. So, working in a variety of setting from small workshop to large sites. So, the majority of learning for an apprentice boil maker or welder is hands-on and particle. So, what is welding in a workshop? We can use a especially in workshop weld or much large scale usage. So, welding is a joining process in which metals or sometimes plastic are heated, melted, and mixed. Heated means heated, and then melted means its boiling position, and mixture to produce a joint with property similar to those of the metal being joined. Like as we can use a plastic in joined the metal, but metal not joined in small ways. I can say that in small point of view we can use it, but in a big process that cannot be used. So there are three main component needs to create a weld. These are a heat source such as an electric arc, and so as a flame, pressure, or friction. So if what is the temperature of welding? It's also a question for my dear audience, for my dear guys. Pure iron can be welded when nearly white hot between 250 Fahrenheit, so as 270, also up to go up to a 2700 Fahrenheit. So steel with a carbon content of 2% can be welded when organic yellow between 170 or 2000 Fahrenheit. So common steel between point 2 and point 8 carbon is typically welded at a bright yellow heat. So a word PPE. What are the PPE for welding? It's a eye, face, hand or arm, head and body protection, leather gloves, leather apron, as gauntlets, so as a safety glasses with side shield, welders helmet or welder goggles, and that's also are required that are appropriate to the potential hazards encountered during welding. So cutting, brazing, soldering, grinding, or other spark producing operations. It's also a PPE for welding. These all things are used in a welding position. So, which metal is used for welding? It's also a question. Welder use stainless steel, carbon steel, and low carbon mild steel. So, depending on the project, mild steel is especially ductile, which makes it easy to weld, and we can use it in a schooling position and in a college position or in a small levels. We can learn our students, learn our pupil, learn our dear guys, children. We can use it. So what is the most important thing in the welding? Make safety. It's a much important. Make safety first priority. It's critical that welding protect themselves from the heat and electricity generated by the welding process. So the arc is generous to both the eyes and skin. For my dear audience, for welding projected ideas for sale, it is also make safety essential. So the arc is dangerous to both the eyes and skin, and welder need to wear the proper personal protective equipment at all times. PPE I also prescribe in the second last minutes. So carbon dioxide improves welding speed. It's also for my dear guys information. It is informative. So thank you very much guys for watching my video. Once again, thank you very much.